Is money holding you back from making a change in your career? That is the topic of today's video, and I have to tell you, money invariably always comes up when we're talking about career. I mean, let's face it, the two are intrinsically connected. There may be a lot of reasons why people are hesitant to make a career change, but money is certainly at the forefront. In this video today, I want to unpack this a little bit. One of my real missions in helping people transition to careers that they love is to work through these money blocks, because we all have them. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter where you came from. We all have them. So please stay tuned to this video today if you feel like this is an area you could use some support with. Before I head into today's video, if you do enjoy this content, please like, share, and subscribe. It really does help me get my message out there. And there might be somebody in your world who could really benefit from content about this. So thank you so much. And thank you for being here today. I really appreciate it. Money. Now, I'm going to give some sort of intentions right at the beginning, because money is one of those topics, okay? If you look at the world, when you think of where people have a lot of their challenges, it's money and sex. That's where the most shame is. That's the stuff we don't talk about. That's the stuff we keep hidden because we're embarrassed. I mean, just shame in general. So first of all, I want to say before I, head into any of this, the intention of this is to really start talking about this in an open and honest way. But here's the key. As I'm talking throughout this video and as I'm sharing information, I really want you as much as possible just to be as neutral as you can, because when we start to talk about things like money, it can really trigger us. We go into that shame cycle. And this is what I'm trying to support people with, because what we feel shame about, it holds us back, okay? And so the way we actually move through shame is actually talking about it openly in a safe space without judgment. So as much as you can, just listen to what I'm sharing, and don't, take it on yourself or feel bad about yourself or do any of those things. This is really just to help you break through, because the truth of the matter is, like I said, there's not one person on this planet who doesn't have stuff around money. I mean, money is this crazy thing. There's so much stuff around it. And so the way we get through it, like I said, is to actually talk about it. Let's get through this so we can move past it. The truth of the matter is, if you look at your money situation right now, it is merely a reflection of your beliefs about money. It's not your circumstances. It's your beliefs, because your beliefs create your circumstances, not the other way around. Your circumstances do not create your beliefs. So where you are right now financially is a reflection of your past beliefs, which means that your future income is going to depend on the beliefs that you have in this now moment, not your past, in this now moment. So just know that you are powerful. You can change your circumstances, but it is having an awareness. And this is really what personal development is all about, is just seeing where we're at, being an observer to, what we've created in our life, deciding we want something different, and then going, okay, how do we change it? Career and money are so related. You can't separate them. So like I said, when I deal with people, part of this, and I work with them, part of this is actually working through some of these money blocks. So the first thing I want to suggest in this video is just take a look at your patterns. If you can, just like I said, look at your life right now, look at your finances, and look how you do things. There is most definitely a scarcity mindset amongst, I would say, 90+% of the population out there. And it's a lot of the same beliefs. There's never enough. But that can happen for you regardless of what you make. You could be making multiple seven figures a year and still feel like there's not enough. You could be making 30 grand a year and feel like you are abundant. It's not reflective of a number. It's your mindset about it. You could be somebody who's made, multiple six figures a year for years and have nothing to show for it. Nothing. I've worked with people like this, right? That's their story. Or you could be somebody who's making 50 grand a year and has this huge nest egg saved up. There is no sort of all-encompassing way that money goes. It's different for every single person. Our money beliefs were actually created and started when we were little. So from the age of, actually, to be honest, when you're still in the womb until they say 7, I think it could go a little beyond that, probably 10 or 12. That's when all your beliefs about money are created. So if you were in a household that, had a lot of scarcity, didn't have money, you've probably grown up with that belief that there's never enough money. Maybe you grew up in a wealthy family, that your worth was completely tied to money. That may be how you feel today, like everything you do is tied up in the money you make. And so you've not experienced any real joy and fulfillment in your life because your focus has been so much on money. Like, this shows up in every single way. And just understand that this is just your circumstances, but be aware of it. But again, from as much as you can from an observer perspective, because it's all about, okay, this is the patterns I have. So this is what I can do to change myself, to change my financial situation. The second thing I really want to talk about in this video is the meaning behind money. Money is just a thing. It's numbers in a bank account. It's energy. All these different things. But it means something to every single person. So a worthwhile exercise is really to start to explore, what does it mean to you? Is it safety and security? Is it freedom? Is it how you have experiences in life? Is it your status? Is it how you know you've created success? It's the meaning behind it, because money in itself, like, it's just a thing, right? And so what you can do is look at where you are stopping yourself from doing things in life because of money. See, what we've done in this society is we've made money this all-powerful thing. Well, we've all done, and we've all agreed to it at a certain level. Again, no shame, no judgment, no blame, none of that, right? It's not necessary. It's not helpful to move forward. But to understand, we've made money so powerful to the point where it is the most important thing beyond everything else. And so look at the areas of your life where you're not happy, where you're not satisfied, where you're not feeling joy. And if money is your reason for being in that position, because the truth of the matter is, for most people, they're in a career they hate because of money, right? And so then it's going, okay, so what meaning have you given to money? And I know a lot of you will say, well, I have bills to pay. I get it, right? That is a truth. That is a reality. But there also is a mindset there somewhere that says something like, I can't make money doing what I love. If I make a switch, I won't be as safe. If I make a change, my family won't love me anymore. I will get judged. Like, there's another story going on there. Because if you've made money in your career now, you could make money in another career or in a pivot in something different. You don't all of a sudden become somebody who's incapable of creating success in your life and meeting goals and having, met your achievements. That's not how this goes. So somewhere in there, there is something beyond the money. There is another fear. There is another concern. I see this when I am first connecting with people. And they reach out to me, and sometimes this will happen. They'll reach out to me in the DMs and they'll say something to me, something like, I really love what you're doing. It really resonates with me. I want to make a shift, but I don't think I can afford you. Right off the bat, without even asking me. They've decided they can't afford me. And so what that's telling me in that moment is there is something behind that. There is another fear, because they've not even asked me how much it is to work with me. But there's another fear behind it. Fear of being seen, fear of making that change, maybe fear of being held accountable. Maybe a fear of, well, if I change this part of my life, what's it going to do to the rest of my life? Like how is the rest of my life going to change? How are my relationships going to change? It can be all kinds of things. It's like I said, it's the meaning. It's not the money, but the money is the logical, valid excuse that we've been told we can give in our society to excuse us from doing anything we don't want to do. We've all done it. You've done it. I've done it. Everyone has done it. Okay, so again, this is not about judgment. It's about awareness and from that neutral perspective. What I know from working with people is if they are determined and committed to making a change in their career, the money works its way out. They find a way to make it work. I've had clients who, we've had a conversation, we've discussed what my program is, and they're like, okay, I really want to do this, but I don't feel like I can afford it right now. But who will also say, okay, this is my plan to get me there. The conversation opens up. It's not where the conversation shuts down. It actually is where they open up and they go, okay, what can I do? I've had clients who have said to me, I want to pay off credit card debt. I'm thinking of one person in particular. I want to pay off my credit card debt. And we talked about her plan. She told me, this is the date when it will be paid off. This is the date I want to start with you. Clear plan. So you might say to yourself, well, I really can't afford to work with you. I really can't afford, to make a change. Whatever that story looks like is. And it sounds valid. And if you tell your friends and family, they'll probably agree with you. Like, oh yeah, it's a lot of money. It's a risk. You don't want to do that, right? We can find lots of reasons to support staying stuck because of money, because that is what we've been taught to do in our society. When I was thinking of filming this video, I was trying to think of one more in the corporate world. And it didn't actually take me long, because if you've been in corporate world enough, you will know money is used so frequently as a reason to not do something, not give you something, not move forward with something, whatever it is. And again, you know what? There are finances in play, but the truth of the matter is, again, if it is a priority, it will happen. Somebody, somewhere will make it happen. I had a staff person working for me, and she was not making what she was contributing by any stretch. And it was something I wasn't happy with, and it was something that she wasn't happy with. And this battle I had to go through to get her, and I'm not talking not a huge raise, not at all. The resistance I got, and of course money is brought up as, oh, we can't afford it. We can't afford it. And I'm like, and I'm in finance and I'm seeing how they're spending money. Right? So I always have that unique perspective being in finance. I see how money is being spent. They can afford it. I know the finances, so I know. And of course I can't say that, right? I can't throw that because I'm in a privileged position to know all the finances. But I'm still human, and I'm still seeing this, and I'm watching the psychology of this. I know, deep inside of me that we can afford this. This is something we can do. And also, I'm also thinking we can't afford to lose this person, because I know it's also going to cost to replace her. And it is far in excess of what it would cost just to give her that raise, and what it would do for her morale and her motivation and her feeling valued. I mean, there was just this little bit of money. but that was always the reason that was given. And how do you fight that? How do you argue with that? How does anybody argue with that? You can't. It shuts the conversation down. And we've all been conditioned to shut conversations down because of money. And I'm here to start opening them up. I want us to feel comfortable about having conversations about money. I do have that unique perspective. Having worked in finance for as long as I did, my background is economics, accounting, finance, you name it. I have worked in every area of money. And one thing I know for sure is the majority of people feel really uncomfortable talking about money, even when it's not their own. Even when it's not their own. So my aim and my goal here is to really, let's open up, because the more we open up about it, the more we can move forward. And if you've got money that's stopping you, my goal really is to just, like I said, help you see it, have no judgment about it, but also help you to move through any blocks that are standing in your way. So if you're using money as a reason to stop you, I encourage you to dig a little bit deeper. And if you're not willing to create a plan around it, to get yourself into a position where you can afford to make a change, or you're willing to make some changes in your lifestyle or something like that, there's a part of you that is scared, doesn't really want it. There's something else going on there. And it's just about being honest. There's no right or wrong in any of this. It's just having an awareness and asking yourself, is this really what I want for myself? Just remember, there's always another meaning behind money. So I hope this video has helped you today. I hope it has empowered you today. I hope it has helped you dissect a little bit deeper into money blocks that you might have running your show, really running your life. We all, like I said, we've all got them. It's about shining a light on them. Once we shine a light on them, we can move beyond them, and we can create what it is we really most want for our lives, and to really stop allowing money to run the show. It's been running the show for far too long in this world. And I know so many of us are tired of it. We're tired of seeing governments and corporations and all different institutions choosing money over people. But how many of us are choosing money over ourselves in truth? So it's a pattern that we all need to break within our own lives to be able to change society at a large. So thank you so much for listening today. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. If this is something, if you're feeling like, wow, this resonates with me and I can see how this is stopping me, and you want to have a conversation with me, join my email subscription list, any of those things, I'm going to put all my contact information down below. I am always here. My mission on this earth is really to help people, work through all these blocks, figure out their purpose, get really clear on it, and really start doing stuff that's really cool in this world. Because I got to tell you, life is a lot more fun when you get to wake up in the morning and do cool shit. It really is. It's a lot more fun. And when you get to actually make money doing it, that's a whole different level of just badass, honestly. Like, join me in being badass in this world. There's too many people struggling to make money. I want to change that paradigm. That's my mission. So thank you so much for joining me here today. And I'll get off my soapbox right now. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care.